وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن اهتدى بهديه واستمسك بسنته إلى يوم الدين. سبحانك ربنا لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا ورفعنا بما علمتنا وارزقنا علما. الحمد لله على كل حال. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Glories and adoration are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask of His peace and tranquility to be upon our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and those who follow their footsteps to the day of Qiyamah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make our faith to firm in the deen of Islam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect our faith. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us aright. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to count this our sitting among our good work in the day of Qiyamah. The dead, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have mercy upon them. Those of us who have lost our parents, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to count them among those whom is going to grant Jannah in the day of Qiyamah. Those of us who still have one of them or both of them with us, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to protect them, enrich them in faith, enrich them in health, enrich them in wealth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let them end with this world successfully, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us end with them successfully. The forthcoming election, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to choose for us among the best leaders, those whom we think they are the best. If they are, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let them come to be, even if the other people don't want them. If they are not, even as we want them, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala change them for better. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a better leader that is going to serve the country or serve the people, not to serve himself. Now, inshallah al-Karim, last time we discussed we were still discussing on the martabat al-thalitha, on the third category of faith. Madam has exposed us from some of the ayahs. Madam now said the evidence in this martabat al-thalitha in hadith is hadith of he said وَدَلِيلُ مِنَ السُنَّةِ, and the evidence in sunnah is hadith of Jibril al-mashhur, hadith of Jibril that is known. The hadith is popular, a popular hadith. And Umar bin Khattab, from Umar the son of Khattab radiyallahu anhu, may Allah be pleased with him, qala, when he said بَيْنَنَا نَحْنُ جُلُوسُ عِنْدَ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ صلى الله عليه وسلم. One time we were sitting around the Messenger of Allah, may the peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. اتَّدَى إِلَيْنَا رَجُلٌ, a man now appeared before us. The man appeared before us. شَدِيدُ رِيَاضِ الثِّيَابِ, with what? A very whitey cloth. He appeared in a very shine white cloth. وَشَدِيدُ السُّوَادِ الشَّهْرِ, and a very darky hair. He appeared to them with a very plain white cloth and a very darky hair. He said, لَا يُرَى عَلَيْهِ أَثَرُ السَّفَرِ, there is no sign of traveling in the person. He has no any sign of traveling. وَلَا يَعْرِفُ مِنْهَا أَحَدٌ, and none is, and is what? Is a stranger. Is strange to all of us. None of us know him. All of us, nobody know him. فَجَلَسَ إِنْدَ النَّبِيِّ صلى الله عليه وسلم, when he sat down with the Messenger of Allah, may the peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. فَاسْنَدَ رُكْبَتَيْهِ إِلَى رُكْبَتَيْهِ, he now put his slap upon each other. He sit down and put his legs upon each other. وَوَضَعَ كَفَّيْهِ عَلَى فَخِذَيْهِ, and he now placed his hand on his lap. وَقَالَ, he now said, Ya Rasulallah. He now said, Ya Muhammad. He now said, Oh you Muhammad. Let us, I want to read the hadith to the point where I want to stop before we start discussing some of the lessons in the hadith. He now said, Ya Muhammad, oh you Muhammad, akhbirini anil Islam. He said, tell me about Islam. Prophet now said, فَقَالَ, he now said, أَن تَشْهَدُ أَن لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ, so you to testify there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, وَأَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا رَسُولُ اللَّهِ, and Muhammad is his messenger. وَتُقِيمُ الصَّلَاةِ, and if you establish a prayer, وَتُؤْتُ الزَّكَاةِ, and you should give out zakah, وَصَوْمَ Ramadan, and give out hams, وَصَوْمَ Ramadan, and what? Fast in the month of Ramadan, وَتُحَجِّ الْبَيْتِ, and what? To visit the house, to visit a house, and istata'a ilayhi sabila, for those who have ability to do so. Qala, the man now says, saddaqta, he now says, you have spoken the truth. Fa'ajabna lahu, we were now surprised at him. Yas'aluhu wa yusaddiquhu, he asked question and is what is affirming it. I want us to stop here so that we can revisit the hadith and see if there is any lessons we will learn from it. Starting from the beginning, he said, "Ittala ilayna rajulun." A man appeared before us. The man appeared before us. He now says, "Ashadidu biyad thiyab." He came with a very white cloth. Wa shadidu suwad ash-shahr. Shadidu suwad ash-shahr, and what? With a darky hair. La yura alayhi asar safar, and there's no sign of traveling in this person. Now, these two qualities, somebody who appeared with a very white cloth and a very dark hair, this is a sign of what? This is a sign of neatness. This is a sign of neatness. When somebody appeared, you see the person with a very white cloth and a very dark hair. This is a sign of what? Of neatness. That's to tell you that what? Islam encourages what? Neatness. Islam does not encourage dirty. Islam is not a religion of dirty. When you see somebody is dirty and he says he's a Sufi, he's just wasting his time. He said what is it called? What did they call? Is Zuhud. He says he's a Ziyad. Say, Amala, why are you looking at this? He say, don't you think that this worldly things is like is a trouble in the day of Qiyamah? No, that is not what called Zuhud. It's not Zuhud. It is not for you to look tattered that makes you to know that you are closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No. If there's anybody that is closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I was not a dirty person. Isn't it? He said, "An-nazafatu min al-iman." Neatness is what? Is part of faith. An-nazafatu min al-iman. Neatness is part of faith. So that means for you, this man appeared to the Sahabas and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam with what? With a sign of neatness. With a sign of neatness. They say, "La yura alayhi asar safar." There's no fatigue in him. You know what? Anyhow, even if you travel in a plane, you know the most easiest journey is the one you travel on air. Abi? The most easiest journey is when you travel on air. There is no gallop, there is no bend, there is no fear, there is no scare, there is no fear in the journey. Now, the gallop is not the one that will touch that will shake your bone. The gallop is not the one that will shake your bone. You know, on the road, even the ordinary this road like this, if you are the person that holds steering, you know the road is shaking, even without pothole. Those are the kind of gallop you might hear in the plane, but not the one that you do bagam and bend, and you see what is it called, motor overtaking you. There's fear. Can you overtake? You cannot overtake. All those words are what? As signs of what? Of fear. That makes that's why if you come back from journey, you see that you are tired. You feel that pain of tiredness. Anyhow, even if you travel on air, if you are a traveler, the moment you drop, they will see the sign of of fatigue in you. But in this person, there's no sign of fatigue. That means it's not stressed. Now, ولا يعرف منها أحد ولا يعرف منا أحد, and none of us is not known to us. Nobody knows the man. So fajalasa in the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he now sat down before the Messenger of Allah, may the peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. Fasnada rukubatayhi ila rukubatayhi. He now put his lap upon each other. Abba, put your hand on your lap, please. Your two hands. He sat down like this, though it's to the right side. He sat down the way Baba is sitting now. He sat down like this and placed his hand on his lap. He placed his hand on his lap. Now, وَوَضَعَ كَفَّيْهِ إِلَى الْخِدَيْهِ. He now put his hands upon his lap. وَقَالَ, he now said, Ya Muhammad, O you Muhammad. Yesterday, those of us who were opportune to be here in the morning, Malam gave us evidences where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not call Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with Ya wa Nida. If we remember that it is one of the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he called Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he does not call him directly with name. He said, I say, Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu, Ya ayyuhal muzammil, Ya ayyuhal muddathir, and so on, Ya ayyuhal rasul, on all those things. He does not call Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with name direct. So in this hadith now, there is a direct call. Ya Muhammad. There is Ya Nida, and there is Muhammad. It is not Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu, it's not Ya ayyuhal rasul, it's not what? Ya ayyuhal muzammil, and Ya ayyuhal muddathir. The name comes directly. Say Ya Muhammad, O you Muhammad. So a lot of scholars have discussed this, that it is not permissible to call the name of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam direct. If you want to call Prophet of Allah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you must put some doctrines that will make you to know that you are actually calling a what? A messenger of Allah. May the peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has condemned this in the Quran. Allah said, وَلَا تَجْعَلُوا دُعَاءَ الرَّسُولَ بَيْنَكُمْ كَدُعَاءُ بَعْضُكُمْ بَعْضًا. Do not call the name of messenger amongst you just the way you call the name of each other. So, what about those that will come and they will shouting Muhammadu, Muhammadu, and they say they are praising him? You will call the name like 5 times and you say it's praising him. Or you will call all the qualities. Then Amina, the son of Amina, the father of the son of Amina, the father of Fatima, the husband of this. You will begin to call all the names, that all the qualities, that all the characteristics, what is it called? All the adjective that qualifies Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All in the name of what? Is praising him. All this is wrong. Wallahi. All is wrong. People, scholars have said this call, you will not understand the call until the end of the hadith. Because at the end of the hadith he said, Hada Jibril. He said, this is Jibril. He said, Atakum li yu'allimakum dinakum. He said he came to teach you your religion. That means he comes to what? To actually reaffirm the messengership of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not because you want to call him. So the call does not guarantee that you should be calling Prophet direct. That's why some scholars have a reserved respect for name Muhammad, even though it's not Muhammad, a Prophet Muhammad. For you to call a child that is named Muhammad, some scholars are very, very careful. They don't give their children name Muhammad, except maybe they will say Nasir, Amin, Habib, and so on, Muzammil, Muddathir. Those names, they will try to hide the Muhammad because of that statement of what? La taj'alu du'a ar-rasul bainakum. So they don't call the name Muhammad direct. They will call the other names that what? Other attributes that qualifies him. Because calling Muhammad, you call Muhammad, calls you a big head. There is sign of what? Of disrespect in the name. Rather, you call Awal, Sani, Khamis, Arabi. All those ones are what? Are first Muhammad, according to the way you name the children. It is preferred. That's why, then if you go to some scholars, they hardly call name. Even if they call it, they have some special respect for that child, and they want to treat him as well as they can to make sure he does not go astray, and they make sure does not leave him to just go wayward, and they don't punish him in such a way where it will feel as if they are touching the charisma of the Messenger of Allah. May the peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. So the name of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not expected to be called just the way they call it, because of the ayah the signs of respect, or the mark of respect in that particular name. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has created him in that format, does not call him name direct. Because of what? Because of he wants you to what? To actually know the honor and the respect that is accrued to the name. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide us right. By and large, the name Muhammad that is called here, it is called, some scholars even go to the extent to say that it was before the revelation of what? That ayah, la taj'alu du'a rasul bainakum. Before the revelation of the ayah, this hadith has come before the ayah was revealed. What some scholars said, no, it's just because of the reason why the name was called is because Dhamma, it is a lesson to the Muslim Ummah. That's why the name is called. Whatever it is, we should know that the name of Prophet ﷺ is not the name we can call anyhow. It's not the name we can call anyhow. If you want to praise Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, sit down and do salawat ala Nabi. Sit down and do salawat ala Nabi. And if you must call it, you must call the name with the mark of respect. That's just where you have said Muhammadur Rasulullah. We are calling the name, we are calling what is messengership along with it. Not to call the name direct Muhammadu. And you are referring, if you say Muhammad, now for example, if you say Muhammad, I will not say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Abi, if somebody come and say Muhammad, I will not say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Because I know the name of Prophet Muhammad is bigger than what you just call direct. So when you say Muhammad, I'll just look back until you put Rasulullah. I know now, okay, now you are referring to the Messenger of Allah. Then I'll now say what? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Because the name is too heavy for people like us, or people like us, like for somebody to even call it direct. It's too heavy. So when somebody will come and say we just calling Prophet Muhammad with name. We need to, even me that I'm calling it because I want to mark it out. It is not befitting for a Muslim to be calling the name of Prophet Muhammad direct with whichever he call it. It's not expected of a Muslim to do so. We have to continue to guide us. Now the person now asks that akhbirini an Islam. Now this statement again, there is lesson that what? You do not do anything in Islam until you have acquired the knowledge. Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam came to me and said, akhbirini an Islam. Tell me about Islam. That means what? Teach me Islam. Teach me Islam. So it's not just come and said, we just come and start worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't know anything. You just come and enter mosque, wash your face, wash your hand, and come to the masjid and say Allahu Akbar and do salam alaikum and get out. When you are called and then you want to just say I pray. Which kind of prayer? He says Salatul Subhi. He said, what are the composite part of prayer? You don't know. You don't know. What are the composite part of prayers? You don't know. What are the things that make you that call for sujood sahwi? You don't know. You don't know. That's why you go to the masjid. After prayer there will be arguments. This one they say is Kabili. So no, I'm Abadio. Imam, which one you do? He said, oh, there's one Kabili, this one Abadi. I don't know which one it is. So you, why do you say Abadi? He said, he has increased now. You, why do you say Kabili? He said, he has increased now. The two of them will agree he has increased. Then who is wrong? Who is wrong? You, why do you say if you have increased? What is the evidence that if you increase, you do Badi? He doesn't know. You, what is your evidence that if he increases, he's supposed to do Kabili? He doesn't know. All he knows is what? There is Kabili and Badi in prayer. The Imam, you, what do you do? They say I have increased. If I have increased, what do you do? Say, oh, I don't know. This is Kabili, this is Badi. I don't know which one I will do. All of us are what? In the middle of the affair. We don't know what to do. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from this. If there's anything that is important, it's your religion. It's your worship. If there's anything that is important, it's your worship. If there's anything that you are supposed to acquire master degrees and PhDs, it's your religion. Even though you are not going to be certified. The problem of the world now is certificate. Even you are not going to be certified that you have master degrees in what? In Salat. But at least you should have it offhand. You should have it what? Upstairs. You should have it in your mind. You have the degrees in your mind. I think it's more appropriate. He now said, Akhbirini and Islam. Tell me about Islam. Give me the knowledge of Islam. Teach me what is Islam. Prophet now said, Waqala, he now said, and tashhadu Allah ilaha illallah. It's for you to testify there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah. That is the first first knowledge about Islam. Because if you pray, you have your prayers perfect, but in your mind there is no shahada. You have no prayer. You have no prayer. There's no prayer without shahada, without you testifying the unity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't affirm, you don't establish the unity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you pray, you are just wasting your time. If you come to masjid, you pray, you go back to your house and beat and ring bell for your grandfathers and wake them in the morning. Balam, 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 balam. My father, good morning, wake up. Your child has woke up. You want to go and participate in our morning affairs. Come and be a guide. You just wasted your time. You just come and do exercise and go back to your home or go back to your house. You have no prayer. Unless you establish the unity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before your prayer will be accepted. Now, that is one. Then wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And you must also affirm the messengership of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The moment you think Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has hidden one particular thing, there is one gigantic act of worship that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam hide it. Then that means you are giving Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam a negative quality now. That there is one particular act of ibadah that does not tell people. Maybe because of the reason best known to you that you are saying it. That's why Imam Malik, he said, "Man ibtada bid'atan," whosoever carved an act of worship, an bid'ah. He said, "Waqala al-bidyatu hasana." He now said, "This bid'ah is hasana." He said, "Faqad zayyana hana Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam." He said, "Verily, you have proclaimed that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was as hiding one message, because this is what is good, and Prophet did not tell us. This thing is good, it's Islam. If you do it, there is reward. But Prophet did not tell us." And before he died, he has said, "Is there anything that is confirmed, that is Islam, that will save you from hellfire, that will not tell you?" They said, "No." He said, "Allahumma fashhad." Oh Allah, bear me witness. He said, I have delivered. I have delivered. He said, "I have delivered." He said, "Is there anything that will lead you to Jannah? Anything that is good, that will save you from hellfire and put you in Jannah, that will not tell you?" They said, "No." He said, "Allahumma fashhad." Oh Allah, bear me witness. Say, "Qad balagtu." I have what? I have delivered. So there's nothing that is good that will take you to Jannah that Prophet will not tell you. There's nothing that is wrong that if you do, you go to hellfire. The messenger of Allah, may the peace of Allah be upon him, do not tell you. Now you are now bringing out one thing that does not tell us, because your research has gone far than even the messenger of Allah, may the peace and blessing of Allah. So the moment your testimony is, there is one particular thing that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not tell you, that means your shahada anna Muhammad Rasulullah is what? Is faulty. You have to go back to the drawing board and what? And rearrange. Now, then the Prophet said, "What to kimu salah." After your testimony, the next thing is what? After your shahadatain, the next thing is what? Iqam salah. Establishment of prayer. Prayer is to be established. Established in such a way that there is no morning prayer till Maghrib. It has to be what? In sequential order. Subhi, Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib and what? And Isha. You don't do Subhi and use Maghrib and Isha until maybe tomorrow, or maybe you don't do. Some people will pray, matured person will pray in the morning, will not pray again till tomorrow. A matured person. Sometimes you pray morning, pray Zuhr, pray Maghrib, you will not pray Isha. Maybe it's in the beer parlor or it's in the chamber. It's in political chamber. When they are praying Isha, is what? Then it's in the meeting. After Isha, before they finish the meeting, it was 4 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the morning. He just went to bed and sleep. He does not pray. Salatul Subhi, he wake up and pray. He don't pass now. Then that means you have what? You have not established the prayer. Because prayer to us what? Established. Those of us who are better than me in English, when they say something is established, you know what it means. There is no inconsistency in what they said, what is established. If they say something is established, it means the thing is what? Is firm. Is what? Is in order. It is in order. So the what? Iqam is salah. Establishment of what? Of prayer. Then what? To zakah, and what you give out zakah. Now this zakah is what? Is giving out. You give. You take out. You don't just what? You don't. It's not what you just accumulate. It's what for you to give out zakah. Zakah is part of the things that if you do not do, your Islam is not complete. If you have the nisab of zakah, I do not do zakah. Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, when he came to take the mantle of leadership of Islam, he started waging war against those who do not do zakah. It's one of his own challenges in his time. There was a limited zakah, just the way we are now, and that's why the world is suffering. The world is suffering. The only place where you cannot deal with zakah is in Saudi Arabia and these Arabic nations, because government take it upon himself to check into account of each and every one and remove your zakah compulsorily. It is not your affair, because if you refuse to give zakah, the punishment is not upon you that holds the property. It's upon the nation. I don't know how correct this is. There's one particular market in Kano. They say every year the market will burn. Every year. For decades. That market, that once a year, it must burn. And if it's burning, millions, hundreds of millions. Okay, some people said billions will burn. Trillions will burn. A lot of the market will burn. They will not know where the money is coming from. The marketers now begin to understand, okay, something is wrong. Why is it that this is a routine? Every year it will burn. They now begin to understand that there are people here don't give us zakah. They take measure. Wallah, according to history, I don't know about the market. Well, even my malam told me, they said up to when he was talking, the market does not burn again. Since they started removing zakah, they will begin to follow you. They will evaluate your property and ask you to bring out the zakah. There are people that give zakah there. But when the punishment comes, if called upon everybody, because that is what they call fitna, right? That's what they call fitna.
There's a year that it happened in Canada. Somebody had a shop in that market. When it was given that, when the market bought up, it didn't touch.
They said there is a shop in the market. When that calamity fall, the person's shop does not burn. Because of your what? He has given the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So giving out zakah, there are some things that government is expected to do. That they are shouting Islamization of Nigeria, Islamization of the nation, Islamization of Nigeria. Is Nigeria Islamic nation? Nigeria is not Islamic nation. If all those scholars, all those leaders we are having, how many of them have Islamic mind that they want to? If not, even what they call diya, when you kill somebody, you are compulsory. You are supposed to pay. You pay for the life you have killed, or government will take responsibility of paying. Are they paying diya in Nigeria? If they are paying diya, Dangote would have taken his time. Because if you count accidents in Nigeria, if you count 50 accidents, Dangote is 30. It's either he's directly involved or he caused it, or one of his vehicles caused it. He doesn't pay dia. He doesn't know what they call dia. And government know that his vehicles are hitting people outside there. They don't make it compulsory for him to pay dia. Those are the things that are making us to suffer. We are just shouting. You understand? They are supposed to what? A government is supposed to. They are supposed to be an established institution that evaluates people's property and give us zakah. They will ask you, Oga, bring zakah. Your zakah is also amount. Bring it. If you don't bring them, they will ask bank to bring it. It's a government. That's what they do. During the Sahabas, during the Messenger of Allah, this Messenger will be upon him. That's what they do. They force you to bring out zakah. They will follow you to your house and say, bring. Now, somebody will tell you that they are evaluating your property. Yes. If you are living in this country and you have property, we're supposed to know what you have now. The country is supposed to know what is your value. How do you accumulate the property? That's what it's supposed to be. If not now, if somebody come to this Lokoja, we are supposed to know that we have stranger in Lokoja. That's how it's supposed to be now. When somebody come to this area, they will investigate him. Who is he? From where? Where did he come from? What does he do? So zakah is expected to what? To be given out. Yes, so compulsorily, either you like it or not, if you do not bring it out, they will fight you to bring it. That's what Sayyidina Abubakar did. He began to wage war against those who refuse to give us zakah. But now, there's no zakah, and that's why you see poverty everywhere. Poverty. Because why? People who are expected to give us zakah, they're supposed to give us zakah, they sit down on the money. Now, some of them are bringing out money compulsorily. They keep the money in their houses like clothes in their boxes. Now, the time has come that they must bring out the money.
And that zakah is very important for them to be given. If they are giving this kind of...
They will not give. If they are giving this zakah, it would have been easier for them and easier for those who collect zakah too. Poverty would have drastically reduced. Because zakah is with investigation. Before they give you zakah, they will make sure you deserve it. And as they are giving you, they know that in the next 1 year, you will not be a beggar. You will not be a needy again. Because by the time somebody give you 500,000, if you are not stupid, if you are not a Yahoo boy, that will just give you money. You go to machine and buy a machine 500,000. Tomorrow you start looking for where you will get $10. Or at one Mumu that will give him, they'll give him a COVID loan 500,000. The next thing you go and buy a machine 450. You use the money 50,000 to buy clothes. Next tomorrow you beg money to buy fuel. They give somebody loan. They say take loan. The loan is for you to establish yourself. You go and buy a machine. You buy a machine 300,000 and buy phone. You buy a machine, they give 500,000. You use 300,000 to buy a machine. You use 100,000 to buy phone. They will use the remaining 100,000 to buy clothes that will be changing upon the machine. After 1 week, you begin to beg, bros, Ola, I won't go out tomorrow. I don't get fuel for my machine. Give 100 naira. You can see the level of stupidity. This is ignorance. So, even when they give 500,000, the government is expecting that in the next 4 years, you are not going to be a jobless person. Because 500,000, if they give somebody now 500,000 naira, if Allah SWT bless that money for him, he will not get poor again. He can pay his student school fees out of it. He can pay his house rent out of it, and he will eat out of it. You are liberated him from poverty. But they will give somebody who go and buy a machine. Yes, or some will just go and lodge in the hotel. Say you don't hammer. You just go say what you say. That loan I don't get that now. I don't hammer. You go and stay in the hotel. You go and lodge in the hotel with one girl. After 1 week, you lavish the money. You come back to the streets and drink jangada. If you will get jangada, then you will tell his father that his father is a loser. See, now a mate, now build house there. Now a mate, they say na classmate be for this person. This person is a rich person. He is a poor person. And if they are giving 500,000, he has lavished it. So what to zakah, you are supposed to what to give out zakah. You give out alms for what? For the benefit, for your own benefit and benefit of what? Of the public. If there is zakah, wallahi, criminality would have reduced drastically. Wallahi. If there is zakah, Yahoo will reduce. wallahi, it will reduce, because even non-Muslims will benefit from it. For example, now if you are living in an environment where you are a Muslim and you have business that you are doing, you can employ people that are not Muslim. They will help you to sell. In the amount ending, you pay them salary. They will not have the mind to go and do anything to do any criminality. Even if they are criminals, since they have something doing. But someone doesn't have anything doing, and he's thinking up to, you see, doctor has car, you see daddy have car, his own head mad, he's supposed to have car too. So his own calculation is have to have car. I doesn't do business that is going to give him a car. If you give him money, you go and spend it, and he says somebody has car. You don't know how the person contribute 1 naira, 2 naira to buy car, and you use your own to buy one bottle of. There's one boy in this town. He will go and buy a bottle of water 1,000. He will come to the street and throw it away. Not drinking auto. He's telling you that he has arrived. He will open the bottle of water and throw it away. Bottle water they sell 100 naira. They will sell it for him 1,000, and he will come and waste it. That is the level. And when is he going to go out of this? No day, because every time he want to buy car and he's wasting the money. The Allah guide us right. There was some Ramadan and you should fast in the month of Ramadan, what to Hajj al-Bayt, and what to visit the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in istata'a ilayhi sabila, those who have ability to do so. Hajj is with ability. Hajj is with ability. Before you go to Hajj, there are some things you are supposed to establish before you go to Hajj. You are not expected to go to Hajj and come back to your house, there's no food. You travel to Hajj with 2.something million and you don't have money to take your daughter or your son to hospital when he's sick. You are not expected to go to Hajj that way. You go to Hajj when you know you are secured. There's security of your life and property before you go to Hajj. That's why during that Corona period, what is it called? The Hajj Commission has banned Hajj. Not because some people are saying a lot of things, but it's because of the security of our lives. They have to stop it because, according to the information, it's a transmitted disease. It's a disease that is a communicable disease. It's a communicable disease. It's a disease that transfers from one person to another. And there are going to be millions of people in that place. So if we come, people go, and they said among the people who want to go to Hajj, 1.5 million, they said 200,000 die. It's a lost. It's a lost. I don't know if you understand. So since the corona has gotten to a stage where people are afraid of even giving handshake, so there's no need for us to open a free movement because of the security of life of people. Because Islam value your life more than any other thing you do. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide us. Inshallah, that's where we'll stop. Madam said, now call us a doctor. And now the madam said you have spoken the truth. I think that's where we stop. Inshallah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spares us, next week we'll continue from this place. Whatever we say that is wrong, may Allah forgive us. Whatever we say that is correct, may Allah count it among our good work on the day of Qiyamah. If there's any question, correction, contribution, observation, inshallah, you're welcome. Assalamu alaikum.